Okay, this video talks about these 6 ions, and the question asks you, let's take these ions, let's make the formulas for the neutral acids that form from these polyatomic ions, and then let's name them as well. And so we're going to have 2 skills. One skill is going to be putting together the formula for a neutral compound, and we can use the ionic compound rules. Even though acids technically aren't ionic compounds, we can use those rules to formulate the formulas for the compounds, and then we'll name them with the acid rules. And so let's just remind ourselves what the acid rules are. And for polyatomic ions, 8 ions become ic acids, and 8 ions become os acids. So we're going to look at the suffix, and if the suffix is 8 for the polyatomic ion, then that acid will be an ic acid. If the suffix is ite, then it will become an os acid. And so let's take a look at the first one. You have to know the names of the polyatomic ions. If you don't know the names of the polyatomic ions, then you can't name the acids. And so it's very important to be able to know these polyatomic ions right off the top of your head. This one is perchlorate. And so if I have perchlorate, how many hydrogen ions do I need in order to make a neutral acid? Well, I need 1, because the charge on perchlorate is -1. So +1 -1 is neutral. So it's HClO4. And so it's 8. So it will become an ic acid. And so I put it together like this. I say per CH chlor. Instead of perchlorate, it's perchloric acid. That's all there is to it. So let's look at the next one. The next one is not nitrate, it's nitrite. In O2 minus is nitrite. Again, I'll only need 1 H plus ion to make a neutral compound, so it's H in O2. And so ite ions, nitrous acid, become os acids, TROUS, nitrous acid. That's all there is to it. So the next one is carbonate. Remember, there's no carbonite unless you're in Star Wars. And so carbonate becomes carbonic acid. And there's -2 charge on carbonate. So I'll need 2 H pluses to balance out that charge. So it's H2CO3. Now with IO minus, it's a hypoiodite. And so it will become hypoiodous acid. I'll only need 1 proton in order to go with it to make a neutral compound. And again, hypoiodous acid. Okay, the next one is PO3, 3-, that's phosphite, and I'll need 3 H pluses to go with it. So it's H3PO3, and it's phosphite, so it would be phosphorus acid. And the last one is sulfate. And so it's a 2-, so I'll need 2. And it becomes sulfate. This is just a slight change in the root word. It's not sulfic acid, it becomes sulfuric acid. So it is just a slight change in the root of the name of the polyatomic ion. So sulfuric acid. Okay, and that's all there is to it.